When Donald Trump said this about Mexican migrants,
they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Mexico was outraged. And since he signed the order for this,
we'll begin immediate construction of a border wall.
Insisting Mexico will pay, the public and government's indignation has increased.
I condemn the United States' decision to continue construction of a wall.
But despite the country's anger, rights organizations say Mexican authorities themselves are guilty of rejecting and even mistreating migrants. Undocumented migrants cross this river into Mexico. Many of them are fleeing from Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, countries with overwhelming violence. But instead of sanctuary here, they face gangs that prey on them and government authorities, some of whom are even involved in the crimes against them. Over the last couple of years, the Mexican government's implemented its own invisible wall of patrols and checkpoints across the southern border. That's doubled the number of deportations, acting as a useful filter for the US further up. Migrants have also accused Mexican police and border agents of robbery, extortion, and even kidnapping. National media say almost 700 cases have been brought against authorities. Guillermo ran for his life from a gang in El Salvador, trying to find safety and work. But instead, Mexican police stole the little cash he had.
It was my rent money, and so they kicked me out and I had to sleep in the street. I lost my job, also because my boss wouldn't wait while I looked for help.
The Migrant Rights Center that supported Guillermo says Mexican authorities have a double standard.
There's always been double talk where it seems that the Central American migrants don't matter, where nothing is done to prevent the same human rights violations that Mexican migrants suffer in the US.
Federal authorities didn't answer our interview requests, but the fact that Mexico stops many Central Americans from making it to the US border could actually be a bargaining chip in its negotiations with the Trump administration. The countries may find more common ground in their tough immigration stances than Mexico at least would care to admit. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Tapachula.